Rong Beronger Korhi actually translates to Colors of Money, and the film is actually an anthology of 4 short stories, and it tells you different emotions that bring out different colors of money. Like, say for instance, love is an emotion, then loss is an emotion, then greed is an emotion, sacrifice is an emotion. So things like this, they evoke, these 4 short stories evoke 4 different kinds of emotions and thereby 4 different colors of money. The starting point of the film is a little funny, as in after my first film, Hrid Majare, it did very well internationally also, and it won a lot of critical acclaim. It ran for 5 weeks in Calcutta, but I was not finding my next producer. So the finances were a little tough. The money was not flowing in properly. So I was going through this financial crunch. So probably that kind of set me writing something, and which became this story. So that was the starting point. Any obstacles? Film actually happens with so much of variables. There are so many variables involved in filmmaking that any variable that goes off the track can put you into trouble. That way there are always obstacles, different kinds of obstacles. Sometimes it's the weather, sometimes it is the color of the hair of the actor, sometimes it is some snag in the camera. Otherwise, there have been no major obstacles that I faced really. The only thing that is very interesting is that I shot, since it is a short story, there are 4 short stories, so I took around 2 days to 2 days and a half. So I shot this film in 10 days actually. So it was shot in 10 days, so which is a remarkable thing. Given a choice, I would have wanted to shoot this film probably in 15 or 16 days. So that is the only obstacle that comes to my mind presently. It's an eclectic cast. There is National Award-winning actor Rituparna Sengupta. Then there is a very veteran star actor Chiranjit Chakraborty. Then there is Hrithik Chakraborty, who is a very acclaimed actor. Then matinee idol Shoham. Then there is very acclaimed and very senior actor Kharaj Mukherjee. Then others, Arjun Chakraborty, Arunima Ghosh, and 2 very talented kids, Ritobroto Mukherjee and Dhi Mojumdar. So it's a very good cast. Why these actors are veteran and why they're successful is from their attitude. They made me so very welcome, They were always all ears to what I had to say. They were all to my instructions. Whatever I wanted, they gave me that. Also, we discussed a lot of things, and while working, I learnt a lot from them, because these are actors who have been working since I was a child. Some of them have been working since I was a kid. So there were a lot of things that I also learned from them, but they made me totally comfortable and made me at ease, and that's why they are what they are today. That was a collaboration probably made in heaven, as they say. Actually, I was assisting, and I was a scripting assistant on a national award-winning film called Antohin, The Endless Wait, where she was also an actor. So I had met her there, and I chased her with all the ardor of a lover. I chased her for 6 months, just requesting her, "Ma'am, I want to write a screenplay for you." And that pursuit actually became fruitful after some 8 or 9 months, and she kind of conceded. And then I wrote a screenplay. I co-wrote the story and screenplay of one of her later films, Iti Mrinalini, An Unfinished Letter. And thereby I became the first and the only screenwriter who had collaborated with Aparna Sen. What is Ranjan in real life? Ranjan in real life is a joker. Absolutely, and who fools around with friends, and who is absolutely a clown with friends and with his family. Totally vulnerable and all that. And Ranjan on set is a taskmaster and a Hitler and the captain of the ship, and someone that everyone is really afraid of, and kind of, that he is in charge. So very different personalities off screen, off the set and on the set. Filmmaking happened early on. I was in my class 8th or 9th when I wanted to become a film director. But the kind of middle class background I come from, it is not always very, encouraging for the parents. So I did my graduation in physics from Jadavpur University, and I escaped from home by joining Merchant Navy. So I sailed for quite a few years, and 5 or 6 years I sailed, and I earned money, and with that I supported my film education, because I did not want to depend on my parents. I wanted to do my own thing, because this is my passion, my dream. My parents should not be paying for it. So that I did, and I did my film education from Bombay, Whistling Woods International, and from there I did Ithi Mrinalini and Ridma Jhare and all this. Independent cinema is finding its own voice, which did not happen back then when the parallel cinema movement was on. Shyam Benegal and MS Sathyu and all, they were making films. So now it is a very good time for indie cinema. That is true, that independent cinema all over India, it's not just in Bollywood and Hindi, but all the regional films, the independent cinema is finding its voice, and I think that is very important and very good. But at the same time, in all the industries, I think the mainstream or the more popular films should also work, because they bring in the money which kind of support these independent films. So I think that all forms of cinema, all kinds of cinema should coexist and can coexist. This is a very unfortunate thing, that Bollywood or Hindi cinema is taken for Indian cinema. That is Hindi cinema. That is the film industry based in Bombay. That is not your Indian cinema. Indian cinema is Village Lockstars. Indian cinema is S. Durga. Indian cinema is probably Rong Beronger Korhi. So all these comprise Indian cinema, not just the Hindi films. I mean, Hindi films only belong to Bombay. Okay, and the Hindi film industry. So that is, I think, unfortunate to club only Bollywood or only Hindi cinema as Indian cinema. But Hindi cinema has a national reach, and probably you can reach the entire populace of India through Hindi films, and therefore its importance. Regional cinema, if it starts spreading out, globally, and also like aim at pockets of non-resident people of that state in other parts of India, that is also a business model that can work to recover money. So only if we are able to reach these regional films to other people across the country, and to people like residing out of the country, will we be able to recover the cost. So that is a business model that the industry professionals, that the business will have to take care of. It is not tough. It is just that probably people from Bengal are lazy to do this. I mean, it is known that if you do this, you will get that much money, that you will gain revenue, but people don't do it. Let's say, for instance, subtitles. My film does have subtitles, but when it released in Bengal, the subtitles were not put on, because the producer said, it's okay if you don't put on the subtitles, but if you put on the subtitles, you get to you get across so many people. So similarly for dubbing, you can always dub it in different languages. I just think that people are not interested. They're plain lazy, as Bengalis are. The story that is presently playing has two tribal characters whose name go by Ram and Sita. And it came out in the newspapers, and some Hindu Jagran Manch, they were up in arms, and they said that, and they are applying for divorce. So this Hindu Jagran Manch, they came and said that how can Ram and Sita apply for divorce? And I reasoned with them, not with them directly, because they never approached me. They came to the media. So I told the media that it is not about Ramayana, it is not about Ramji and Sita ji. It is two other people who are tribals, whose name can be Ram and Sita. I mean, they should not, like only the Brahmanism kind of people will have the names of Ram and Sita, and tribals can't have names of Ram and Sita. That is also not correct. And these are two different people in the present time. They are applying for divorce, it's fine. And in Hindu mythology, like in our Hindu homes, we respect our gods and goddesses, and we often name our children after Ganesh, Karthik, Ram, Sita, Lakshman, Saraswati, Lakshmi. We do that. So these are two such people, so there is no connection. I just thought that was an attempt by the Hindu Jagran Manch to gain those 10 seconds of fame, nothing else. And the easiest way is to piggyright films, to gain fame. That's what they did. I did not attach much importance to them. Even the CBFC has passed this film without a single cut, without a single objection. They found that the treatment of the film was very noble and very sophisticated. So, and moreover, who are these people to teach us Hinduism? I'm also a Hindu. These are also my gods and goddesses, and I know very well how to take care of their respect and their honor. So I don't need any extra agency, external agency, to come and tell me to take care of the respect of my gods and goddesses. No, I thought this was a bad controversy, and I was not very happy about it, because I thought the discussion should be on money and on the content of the film. I mean, that is why a film is made, that you discuss the content of the film and not these fringe topics which are of no import at all. You understand? So I have just completed my third film, which is Ahare, which is about food and love, and I just completed the shoot day before yesterday, and it is a story between a chef from Dhaka in Bangladesh and a home cook from Bengal, and it is a love story with an element of food in it. So right now I have started the edit, the post-production of the film. So that is my third film that is happening right now, and I have my future plans in place. Let's see. To me, cinema is my only religion, so I don't believe in God, I believe in film and the camera. Right now this is the God for me. So for me to just term this as just entertainment is like, something that I cannot take. I think if you're able to make between 10 and 15 decent films, quality to me is always scores more than quantity. So if I am able to make between 10 and 15 good films, I think that's good for lifetime. Aspiring filmmakers, dream and keep dreaming and slog hard to realize your dream. Don't sleep. Slog hard and hard and hard and hard and hard and die. And just die, then you will be able to make a film and keep dreaming. That's it. And just do it. Don't talk, just do it.